Welcome to episode 3 of the Blue Army podcast. Back again with Dale Story.
Hiya.
Not the result we want to be talking about today. A 2-1 defeat at the hand of Matlock.
Exactly. I think it's the first time we've done this in a while where I think disappointment is the overriding feeling with many aspects of today. The performance at times, the result, obviously, the mistakes. I think there's plenty of positive still to take, but overall disappointing afternoon.
Certainly a fantastic advert for Northern Premier League.
It was a brilliant game. Absolutely. If you were a neutral today, you'd have loved this. It was such a good game. Really entertaining, open. Both teams went for the win. Really good game.
But unfortunately, errors at key times costing us.
Well, exactly. I mean, not a lot to say about the goals they've let in, really. Is I mean,
No.
you know, when you see the winner, it's a really bad mistake.
Yeah, I've quickly had a look at it, but I don't know why. Really, you need to be relying on playing to the whistle. You gather. If the ball's gone out of play, then you set up.
He gathers that. There's no debate about the ball going in or out, is it? That was what was disappointing on that. And the first goal was in the 6-yard box.
Yeah.
It's a miscommunication, isn't it, between Hott and...
Well, it's a corner
and
that's
the
come into
keeper.
the box and we've just knocked ourselves up properly. The first one ended up on Joe Green's roof of his net. I don't know if that's fair. Number 10 trying something just to see, almost to test Joe Green out underneath his crossbar.
What's his name? Who's just been speaking to?
Steve Kittredge.
Steve Kittredge is saying, wasn't he, that they... Matlock manager.
Yeah.
They were...
The former Scarborough.
They were looking to get the ball in to Green, weren't they? And I don't blame them really because of what happened at Nantwich. But then the 2 home games, he's looked pretty solid, hasn't he? So
Yeah, as you through the sat in 9
clean sheets in, it's 15 now, which is brilliant. It's really good, and I think he has kept them all, hasn't he? He's played them all. And I think John Stewart might have played one. I seem to think Stewart played at Ferriby when we were there, but anyway, most of he's kept more clean sheets than he hasn't. So. It's just disappointing, and you can tell by our demeanour we're disappointed.
Yeah,
I'm genuinely disappointed about it, and
But after going for 1 goal down, the change in set piece taker, the ball going in, it's Nathan Hott trying to head the ball in the 6-yard box and Joe getting caught in no man's land really.
he's flicked it out. I think Hott's tried to put it over the bar, hasn't he? And he's flicked it over his keeper, and it's gone in. He's unlucky. I think Hott.
Yeah.
I think he's unlucky with that. But again, the communication, keeper shouts, I've got it. He gathers it in. And the first half as a whole was just the biggest disappointment because Matlock were good. Their left winger, what's his name? Bramall. He was brilliant. He's one of the best players I've seen at this level. There was a guy sat in front of me. He was German, and he tried to convince me he was a Borussia Dortmund scout.
Okay.
Come to watch Bramall. So he says he's going to be playing one side and Sancho on the other. So.
Okay. Well, little bit of knowledge there. Isn't it?
Worryingly, I did believe him for a few seconds as well. That's what was worrying. But he was outstanding, I think.
But he's come through the Everton Youth ranks. And
He was
he's
good.
a Chesterfield lad.
He's at the post when he should have scored.
Should have scored, yeah.
And I think what we've learned today, one of the big things we've learned, is about Liam King and the fact, if it's not working, I'm not going to wait till half time to change things around. Half an hour. 30 minutes he made that change.
Yeah.
And so for the last hour, Trinity matched, and then in the second half were better. Having the guts to make that change so early, because a lot of managers don't.
No, exactly.
I think it's credit to Liam, definitely.
Trinity 15 minutes to almost settle into the stride at the start.
And the change, it was obvious up here, it needed making. And I think that's something we've learnt about him today, which is good. It's a positive.
Exactly. So Brody Litchfield getting a decent amount of game time, getting an hour. Had a few in.
I liked Kingsley James on the wing as well. I liked him. I know he drifts in. He spoke to us. His interview is really interesting, by the way.
Yeah.
Make sure you watch it. It's really good. Really good. It's one of them that, as an interviewee, you just wanted to carry on and on because it was really interesting. But yeah, I thought he looked really useful out wide. I mean, he's been one of the best players this season, hasn't he, for Gainsborough so far?
Shane Clark's come into the middle in 1 or 2 changes for
first time this season.
Made first changes. Shane's competed well in the middle of the park, but with him coming in, it was almost shifting whereabouts Kingsley was able to play. And I don't know if that maybe knocked him a little bit in terms of where he was used to be playing. Because with Simon Russell giving the balance, it all became a bit congested in the middle of the park. Struggled to really get out into the wide areas that have really caused problems for opposition that Trinity have played so far.
Yeah, I don't think it would have affected Kingsley James where to play, because he even said to us he'll play anywhere, and he just seemed to drift and play wherever, doesn't he? That's why he's been so good. He's very hard to pick up because of that. But I also wasn't surprised to see Shane Clark come in. We're away to the league leaders. It's going to be a more defensive game, and he's more defensively minded than Russell. There's not a lot in it, but he is. So I don't. That didn't surprise me at all. And the other change was up front. And again, Gav Allett. You know, he's 33.
Yeah.
2 games in 3 days is an awful lot for anyone, but you know, the older players, it is a case of, when he came on, I thought he looked really effective. He should have scored when he hit the bar.
He should have done. I don't know if it's just a breakdown in communication. Shane Clark was almost right behind him. If he'd given him the sort of shout, he had a little bit of time to bring it down and put it in. He's tried to loop it back over.
It's the bar. Underside of the bar, wasn't it, as well?
Yeah, and then it's sat up and, well, appeals for a penalty there, maybe.
And there you think, we're not going to score. And to be the first team to score past
John Stewart,
I'm sure he annoyed a lot of Trinity fans today, but I said to you, didn't I, he was excellent today. He showed what we had last season. That
he showed what we loved about him, didn't we?
Exactly. It's annoying as an opponent, but his game management...
Balotelli syndrome. If he plays for you, you love him. If he
there's a lot of players like that, isn't there? There's a lot of players, but his game management was spot on, to be fair.
Took the sting out of the game. It was a very hot day, and both keepers played their part in that, taking the sting out of the game. Slower with the restarts, but
for 90 minutes, I thought Joe Green played well.
In fact, we played 103, I think, something ridiculous like that.
Oh, and 14 minutes injury time we've had today. Why? I know there was a drinks break, a couple of injuries, but there was never 7 minutes a half. No. That needed added on.
I think the referee was enjoying the afternoon, wasn't he?
It is nice here, isn't it? It's you know, you've got the views that you can look at, but you know, 90 minutes is enough, ref. You know.
Yeah, exactly. We've got a home to go to.
Exactly.
When kickoffs for the second half starting at 4:10, you know.
4:10. It's crazy, wasn't it? But no, what positives would you take out of today?
Well,
I'll ask you a question for once.
Cheers.
That's all right. Yeah.
No, take out, but we weren't significantly worse than Matlock, even though we weren't 100% at the races. I think we were still in the game. We still had the chances to win the game, but I do think it just shows that we are a work in progress. We're not 100% there, and it just might refocus one or two individuals and just give them that added little boost.
I think you can clearly see what Liam King's trying to do with this team. I'm sure he'll be given time to do what he wants to do. I think the fixture list has been horrible to Gainsborough. You know,
but we've got to play all these teams, haven't we, across the season?
That is a good point, but then if you're playing harder games in January, you've been together since August, and your teams, I suppose, they're still gelling, aren't they? In a way, you still don't know where's Kingsley James' best position, because he's very effective. You know, wherever he plays, he's 5 at the back, or 3, and then the wing backs, or 4 better. I don't know, really.
Maybe that's one of the things you could put down as a positive, the sort of flexibility in the formation. The 5-3-2 has worked really well in the first couple of games. Wasn't working in the first 20 minutes, half an hour of this one.
It really wasn't, was it?
But we had the ability to mix it up and change it up.
Matlock were outstanding in the first 20 minutes, but for everything they did good, as Liam King said, Trinity were bad.
Yeah.
But
they had the opportunities, they didn't take them. They were nearly made to pay. We
should have been made
2 mistakes.
Pay. Exactly. At the end of the day, Matlock are top, but their joint top scorer is own goals with 2.
But that shows they put the ball into boxes and ask questions, doesn't it?
Well, if you like, but I don't know. It's just gutting, isn't it? It is gutting because it was such a good game, and like you're going toe to toe with the so-called best team. I don't think they'll finish top, but
no, but it is the early season table.
Exactly, and
you can only beat the team in front of you
if
at the
Gainsborough
time.
coming away with a point, it'd have been amazing today, and it's just so
and
gutting.
Matlock would have been feeling like they should have come away with more, quite possibly, the chances that they had.
But then, so to Gainsborough, I've just said on the radio that Gainsborough were not only disappointed not to draw, they'd have been disappointed not to have won this game, because they've had chances as well. Ashes had 2 headers in the 6-yard box, or penalty spot.
Yeah.
Stainer's had one off the line.
Yeah.
Well, near the line, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Gav Allett's hit the bar.
And the follow-up. But
Curtis Morrison, who I thought looked lively today, did really well to win the penalty.
Very good when he came on.
Yep. Played well. It's the best I've seen him, and I've only seen 2 or 3 games, but it's the best I've seen him play. It's just, I've just gutted, genuinely gutted. It's just a horrible feeling. A last-minute winner and you lose is one of the worst feelings in football. I'll go home and I'll tell my missus this. She don't understand.
No, she doesn't.
She don't get it. No, well, exactly. She don't get
Wives and
that.
girlfriends don't.
One of the most gutting feelings in life. You know, she thinks it's when soap characters leave. No, forget that. It's when you concede a last-minute winner.
Yeah. But we've had it on the other foot, haven't we? Baseford away.
One of the best feelings in football is a last-minute winner. I remember, I remember quite a few last-minute winners are great, really, aren't they? It's the best feeling ever. She don't understand that either. But yeah, hopefully these things do work their way around. Yeah. I think Lancaster becomes a massive game now on Saturday.
They're all big games, aren't they?
I think some are bigger than others. And the only reason I say that, I said this pre-Whitby, is that if games are going to be where we want them to be, where we think they should be, these games like that, they've got to win. Yeah. You know, Warrington was a good point. You know, Nantwich and here would have been good draws, but Whitby and then no disrespect to them, but they're not going to be high on the table, are they?
No.
So there we go.
Just a quick shout out for Tracy. Hi, Tracy.
Hey, enjoy your podcast.
Trying.
Was that her saying she wants to come on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guest appearance from Tracy next week.
Yeah. Well, you got Dave on Saturday.
Yep.
Got me on Saturday again.
Exactly.
And Stalybridge, just about that quickly. That's off.
Looking like that will be off. Stalybridge needing an FA Cup replay.
Against, I can't remember they're playing. I've been on their Twitter this afternoon. They said they're playing it on the 3rd of September. So that's when we're meant to be going there, isn't it?
Which is great for me. Saves me a Tuesday night.
It would be rearranged for a Tuesday, wouldn't it?
Well, maybe. Or if two teams are out of the FA Cup.
Oh, I hope so. Yeah. It's horrible getting there Tuesday night, isn't it? The traffic. Sorry, that's another moan.
Yeah, we'll try and avoid the moans for now. But with the games coming up so thick and fast, hopefully Trinity can right some wrongs against Lancaster.
I always think this time of the season's the best time because if something goes wrong, you've not long to wait to put it right. It's rare you get a full week off. I'm looking forward to Saturday. Lancaster should be beating them and hopefully put the right at the wrongs today. What's great is that, again, if you get to see them, Liam King and King Sir James interviews, everybody's really annoyed about this today. Yeah. And that's great because a lot of managers come out, and I actually thought they might today say, do you know what, we played well, we're unlucky not to get a point. No, Kingy's annoyed. That's good. That'll spur them on to hopefully
wounded animal syndrome, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And I like that. I thought it was really interesting and good for him.
Well, 4 games in, 4 points on the board, an average of point a game.
So has it been, I've just been asked this on Radio Lancashire, has it been a good start to the season?
It's a positive start, but 4 games in, could be better.
Ooh, are you sitting on the fence as well? I sat on the fence. Yeah, I did. I said, I think things like, you want more than a point a game, but performance-wise have been pretty decent. I think that's where I'd go. But like you say, it could be better. I think it will get better. I really do.
Exactly. The nucleus of the squad is there. As they gel.
What do you think's going to happen? Do you think Joe Green will play on Saturday?
No.
Really? It's one of 2 ways, isn't it? It's either one of them where you'll back your keeper to the hill, or do you know what? I've had enough. And I can't remember the other keeper's name. Callum Fielding. Who looked decent pre-season, I thought.
He did. I believe he's been training well. He's been working hard. It's difficult. You don't want to hang a goalkeeper out to dry. I've played in goal myself.
Well, me too. And every time you make a mistake, it's a goal. But
how many can you make?
Exactly. And the fact not only have there been mistakes, there have been match point winning mistakes, haven't they, as well?
Exactly. Like, could have been 10 points with 2 wins in games.
Exactly.
But then you could argue that we might not have got 3 points against Whitby without his saves either side of half time. It's difficult.
It's a good point for every.
Who'd be a goalkeeper?
Well, we've given up, haven't we?
Yeah. It's a rare breed.
That's why we just sit here and talk about it because.
Yeah.
Nah.
Exactly. Well, I'll say it. Onwards and upwards.
Bring on Saturday. Should be a good game.
Bye for now.
Bye.